You can walk out of the dentist's office with a truly beautiful smile without even fully realizing that everything you just had done was simply and utterly pointless. And you wasted your money for nothing? The truth is, there are certain procedures that, if you ignore them, you end up wasting your valuable time, your hard-earned money, and sometimes even harming your own precious teeth. Today, I'm going to reveal a comprehensive list of such important procedures so you can effectively protect your dental health and your beautiful smile, your budget, and most importantly, your health. Let's start with the first manipulation, the first procedure. Teeth whitening without a prior professional dental cleaning in the dentist's chair. Before any whitening, you absolutely must first get a professional cleaning to remove this film, the biofilm, which is the plaque on our teeth. If we don't do this, we won't get the desired result from whitening. Not only can we end up with issues with the shade of our teeth, meaning we want to whiten by several shades, but because this film, this plaque, remains on our teeth, we can also end up with uneven whitening, with spots or streaks. Give a like if you've ever had your teeth professionally cleaned. The next mistake is not wearing retention trays or retainers after having your braces removed. It is absolutely essential that after the successful installation, or to be more precise, following the careful removal of dental braces, the patient must conscientiously wear their prescribed retention trays or retainers for almost their entire remaining life. If, for any reason, the patient neglects this crucial instruction, everything will, so to speak, inevitably go back to the way it originally was, and we may very likely experience the teeth gradually shifting back to their initial pre-treatment positions. And consequently, you will then have to seek professional help and assistance from your trusted orthodontist once again. The next common and significant mistake is getting all of your teeth treated and then completely ignoring regular essential dental checkups every 6 months. No one is immune to cavities, and cavities can still develop. Just as before, they can start to affect your already treated teeth, potentially causing issues. So make sure to come in for checkups with your doctor. And most importantly, if you do this after everything in your mouth is absolutely perfect, you can actually maintain that excellent result for many, many years to come.
And why is it so important to visit the dentist every 6 months?
It's because most often any kind of dental treatment. So typically this means filling teeth. We use modern dental fillings that are light cured and quite durable. However, over a period of time, because we consistently use our teeth every single day for eating and speaking, these dental fillings inevitably develop tiny chips and slightly rough spots. As a direct result, plaque naturally starts to accumulate on these imperfections and new cavities can easily develop. That's precisely why, every 6 months during your regular checkup, the doctor often simply polishes or carefully smooths out our existing fillings to effectively prevent plaque from sticking to them. The experienced doctor can spot these issues right away during a routine examination, and just by polishing it thoroughly once, we can successfully avoid having to treat that particular tooth in the future. Just a simple polish.
If I've had all my teeth treated, Mikhail, with metal, whether it's for a year or 5 years, what could happen to my teeth?
Cavities will develop 100% over such a long period of time. Absolutely. So if you've had all your teeth treated, you're definitely going to get cavities because caries is a disease, and very few people actually pay attention to, let's say, their eating habits. If we don't do that, it's inevitable. Even if you brush your teeth twice a day with a toothbrush and toothpaste, you still won't be able to clean off the tartar that forms after 6 months, right? And after a year, it'll be much bigger and more substantial. So after 5 years, you're guaranteed to get cavities on every tooth, or at least on a large number of your teeth, because of the tartar. And that's not even mentioning all the other problems that can arise. That's why 5 years is way too long. Isn't that harmful?
Going for a dental cleaning every 6 months to a full year, couldn't that potentially damage the enamel or the gums?
If it's done properly, that is, by a doctor. If the cleaning is done correctly, of course, the doctor uses a special scaler which literally chips away the tartar like a jackhammer. They use a special sandblaster. Even the name sandblaster is used in industry. With a sandblasting device, they remove the soft plaque. But if everything is done correctly, there definitely won't be any harm. It will only be beneficial. At the same time, if you do these cleanings too often, let's say every 3 months, although, by the way, we actually have such patients ourselves. When plaque forms, it's the composition of their saliva or just a particular trait of the patient, they develop tartar very quickly. There are diseases and internal characteristics of the patient's body that can cause this. Sometimes people come in every 3 months for a cleaning, but ideally, once every 6 months is really quite enough, and definitely cleaning once every 6 months will not harm the patient. The next common mistake or significant misconception is restoring the aesthetics or the visual beauty of only the front teeth. What exactly does this truly mean? It's when a patient has their own natural teeth, both the prominent front ones and the essential back ones, but the back teeth are very badly damaged, perhaps even severely compromised, and the patient explicitly says, "I only want to restore the front part." We commonly call this the smile line, which is the clearly visible part of the teeth when we genuinely smile, often referred to as the facade or the visible display. As for the crucial molars, they often say, "I'll leave those for now, I simply don't have the necessary time." Most often, of course, this particular situation is primarily due to financial reasons. The patient simply doesn't want to address the rest of their dental needs. But this is a completely pointless and ultimately wasteful expenditure of money, because yes, you can indeed restore the superficial beauty of just the front teeth, but if your vital chewing teeth are destroyed, you'll instinctively start chewing with the remaining teeth you have left. Gradually, literally within a single year or at most 2 short years, all your beautifully restored front teeth, whether they're meticulously crafted crowns or carefully placed fillings, will inevitably start to chip or perhaps even break off, or in the absolute worst case scenario, you could potentially break them entirely, because the functional load on these delicate teeth is excessively high. Front teeth are fundamentally not meant for rigorous chewing or for biting through tough foods or for tearing food apart. Therefore, restoring the front teeth without first comprehensively restoring the crucial chewing teeth is not recommended. You'll just waste your valuable money. So what should you do in such a challenging situation? Of course, you absolutely need to restore both the essential chewing and the front teeth. But most often, and I say this from personal experience, this is due to financial constraints. The patient simply tries to save money and says, "No, I only have enough for 5 teeth, let's say," and then starts carefully choosing. Naturally, everyone wants to invest their money in something clearly visible. When you spend money, you want your teeth, preferably the prominent front ones, to be seen by others, not just by us, right? So if you don't have enough money and you're planning to restore your smile, you should definitely start with the chewing teeth. Why in this specific order? Because once we've restored the chewing function, we have something reliable to chew with, and then we can calmly restore the central beautiful part. It won't chip, we won't break it, and the load is distributed exactly as it should be. So everything here is absolutely harmonious and perfectly logical. Our restoration, or let's call it reconstruction, will now last for many years to come. But the most common mistake is when a patient has treated a few teeth or had a few implants placed in their mouth, but at the same time they have teeth infected with caries, that is, teeth that are decayed and infected. When not all the teeth have been thoroughly treated, but only a specific segment of the dental arch, and there are still several carious teeth present, the situation remains unfortunately the same. That is, regrettably, dental caries is a persistent bacterial infection, a harmful type of bacteria that actively infects all our otherwise healthy teeth and progressively damages, or let's say completely ruins, their structure and integrity. It undermines all the work we've done up to that point. And accordingly, the infection will inevitably spread from those teeth that haven't been properly treated, and the dental caries will then spread to healthy, unaffected teeth. Give this video a like if it helps you save money in the future. Subscribe so you don't lose our channel. Take care of yourself and your loved ones.